You're not gonna tell me what to do. You don't know my life. I'm gonna ruin your presentation. Right? Right? So, here's my thing, do you see how this literally controls every aspect of your life? Right? So your willingness to get even and win and feel like I'm righteous and I'm winning the argument, right? And I'm justified, like you like feeling justified. Sometimes, right? But sometimes that's all it takes. Let me ask you a question. If I take poison accidentally, does the poison care? What's it gonna do? Kill me. It doesn't matter if I took it on accident. Poison kills me every time, right? It's kind of like, does anyone here have somebody like that they could forgive, but just I'm never forgiving that person? Anyone angry at someone like for a long time? You realize being angry at someone is like taking poison and hoping they die? Because you think they care that you're angry at them? 99% of the time they don't, and that's why you're angry at them. Wow. Right? So this is what I'm gonna do. Because your lid is coming up right now, so I don't think you're gonna get through this, and I can predict that you're not gonna get through all these columns. So I'm going to say that I'm happy that you can uncover that what's in the way is this idea of like, I don't like looking stupid. And if you make me look stupid, I'm literally gonna shut down and I'm going to like kill your agenda, even if it means I get harmed. So I think that's value for you. So I'm gonna give him a round of applause. Yes. Does anyone genuinely want to come up and go through the columns? Yes. Yes. Are you gonna come up to fight me or do you?
No.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so what is your goal?
Give myself more advice, finish what I started, and maintain focus when things don't turn out right, and keep on trying.
Okay, so finish what I started. What's the thing you started that you weren't able to finish?
A book.
Okay. All right, has anyone started writing something that they haven't been able to finish and get, So you guys relate. Okay, so what comes up for you when you write the book and you get stuck? When you resist, what's that emotion you feel? Let's take a step back. What are things you could do easily or things you can stop doing that you're not doing? This is not the judgment part. Let's just go through it one column, right? So she wants to write her book. What are things you could do or things you can stop doing easily? And by the way, I've written a book, so don't try no slick stuff. I'm going to take this away. What's your name?
Yes.
Say, I am capable.
I am capable.
Okay. You know the basics of writing a book, right? What are some things you can do that you don't get to do?
Just continue writing.
Okay, how long?
Past chapter 1, I guess.
Okay. How many minutes did you write yesterday?
9.
How many minutes did you write the day before?
9.
How many minutes did you write the day before that?
9.
How many minutes did you write the day before that?
9.
Am I talking to her or am I talking to? Interesting. So, if you wrote 15 minutes a day, right? Would you be further along than you are now?
Of course.
Crazy. It breaks my heart because this is literally all of you. Y'all looking at her like she's crazy? There's a goal. If I ask you, how many minutes did you work on this yesterday? You'd be like, none. Day before that, none. Day before that, none. Year before that, none. And y'all out here looking at me like, President Bully, President, oh my God, I hate him. Right? Okay, so write it down. Write 15 minutes a day. Okay? Someone give her a pen. Yo, this is... We can go, we're going. We're doing this. It's happening. This is how much we resist change. It's something we're trying to keep alive, right? Okay. Now let me ask you another question. How many question? What is your book like a biography? Oh, that's a lot of emotion there. So it's about you, right?
Of course.
How do you feel when the How do you feel when the attention is put on you?
I don't know, like,
Good or bad? Bad. Is she gonna finish her book in the next 3 months? Predict it, predict it. Y'all are not being negative. Not if she doesn't what? Not if she doesn't what? So I want you to understand that you don't like attention on you, right? And you've designed a goal, right? Where people have to put attention on you. 100% of the time, are you going to achieve that goal? No, but guess what? You get to get everybody's sympathy by saying, I got this goal and poor me, I can't achieve it. And everyone's, look at that, they're all supportive, they're all caring, they all want to hug you after this, right? You get that, you've won that game. Do you see that? Do you see like this lady right here is like, yo, I got you. Like she would hug you right now if you wanted it, right? But where's your book? Do you guys get that? You're winning this game of, oh, you're giving me sympathy and I can call you, girl, can you believe I still can't do this? Yeah, girl, life is crazy. And you get that attention and that love and that nurturing and you get no. How many times? How many times is that gonna happen? Every time, right? Okay, so let's go through. So you could be writing 15 minutes a day, okay? Now, here's another thing about writing a book. If this would be your first book, you've never written one, right? What's another thing she could easily do? I'll give you a hint. What did I say I wrote before? No, what did I say I've published before? Interesting. So you've never written a book. I just told you when I wrote my first book, you're standing next to me. What could she do that's easy to do that she's not doing? I want you to notice this. I have a one-page sheet. Literally, it's 1 page of everything you need to do to write a book. Did you guys know this? How long would it take me to email it to her? But guess what? Because of her lid, would she have asked me for that? I literally said, well, you want to write your first book? As an author, as when I wrote my first book, and then we went to the next question, in her mind, she goes, in one ear out the other. Crazy! You want to write a book? And literally one sentence ago, I said, so as an author, what I went through, and I know what you're going through because I wrote my first book, so I know what's in the second column. And then her next question isn't, oh, can you help me out? It would never be that. Because her lid, we're going to get to what her lid is, but am I talking to her or who am I talking to?
everybody.
Right? Okay, so you can ask for someone with experience. By the way, you want to know how crazy this is? If she removes her lid, she can get the book done in 3 months. It's a biography. You know how you do a biography? You get your best friend, and you literally jog, like, you take a timeline, right? And you basically put, what are the most formative things that happen in your life? 5 years old, 10 years old, whatever. You just put them on a dot. Then you say, let's say you're my best friend. I say, hey, best friend. Say, hey, best friend. Can you ask me about every dot and record it? And you have someone type it out, you send it to the editor, that's your book. And then you basically, every time you hear a cool quote that relates to your story, you put it in a Google Drive, you put it all together, that's a book. Now here's the thing, is she gonna do that?
No. You don't know that.
No. Currently, with her lid, is she gonna do that?
No.
You can predict it. I wanna remove her lid so that answer could be yes. You guys get that?
Yeah.
Okay, now, let's go to the third one, and this is important. What are you secretly committed to? Huh?
Not failing.
Not failing. What else?
Um,
By the way, what I didn't tell you is when you say your secret commitment, it's got to be something where there's an eek emotion, like, oh, if the opposite were true. So if you did write 15 minutes a day, if you did put a book out where everyone could find out about your life and that crazy thing that happened to you in your childhood that you've been hiding from everyone, but you feel like it's bubbling inside and you've got to get it out because it's literally a traumatic thing for you, if you literally did get that out and everyone got to read about that, and that was true, what's the most harmful emotion, crazy, horrible emotion you'd feel?
I guess not being believed.
So if they didn't believe you, what would that make you feel?
Bad, I guess.
Bad, like what? Like humiliated, not enough? inadequate, stupid, what would that make you feel? You gotta get deep here. I want you to have a breakthrough. What would you feel?
A lie.
You would feel like a liar.
Don't cry. Yes, right.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Listen. It's okay. I believe in her. She's cool. She's capable. It's capable. I will give her help, but she's got this. I believe in her 1,000%. So you don't want people to feel like you're a liar, because what happens when people tell you you're a liar? Where do you go? Where's that moment you go to? Tell me. What happens when people don't believe you? Untrustworthy, right? Okay. So you don't want... It's okay. She got this. We got you. So you're secretly committed. Hold on. Watch this. She's secretly committed to not feeling untrustworthy, right? Write that down. That's the ego motion. But I'm going to show you something crazy. Right? That's her secret commitment. So she'll never put herself in a situation where she might risk looking untrustworthy. I'm going to tell you my story and you're not going to believe it. So, based on that lid, will she ever get her book done? No. Okay, tell me your name one more time. Jennifer. Here's the crazy part. She's committed to not being untrustworthy, right? But if she comes and every year tells everyone she's going to write a book and she never writes a book, do you trust her? It still happens anyway. Do you get that? We're playing a game that we think we're winning, but it's making us lose. Am I talking to Jennifer or who am I talking to? Do you see why I'm so passionate about this? I want Jennifer to be free. Why? Because what she's going through is what I go through. Do you see this? Right? Any situation. Here's the thing. I can predict if someone says, questions you about a statement you make, you start shutting down. What do you mean? Of course I was there. Of course I put in my hours last time. Why would you question me, right? Because something comes up every time someone's questioning how trustworthy you are. Yes or no? Yes. And it predicts her life. So any action she takes, what would happen? Same thing. So I want to help you remove your lid. So what's your lid? So how do you feel about the past? Good, bad? Okay. Really? How do you feel about the past? Bad, yeah, bad. The past sucked, didn't it, right? Beat you up, told you weren't good enough, and told you that your word is not good. Your word is not good enough, right? How do you feel about yourself? Okay, that's what you tell the world. How do you really feel about yourself? Am I talking to Jennifer or who am I talking to? Right? How many people on the outside look mad confident? Y'all know these people. They walk around camping, everything's good, I'm good. But they're dying inside. Right? Right? Am I lying? No. Right? How do you feel about yourself? Terrible, right? So your lid is something along the lines of, I can't let you see me as trustworthy because it would prove that I'm not enough. It's something along the lines, and I want you to think about that. So any situation where someone would question how trustworthy you are, you've designed a life to perfectly avoid that. Every single time. She can tell me 12 goals. Any goal that fits that, she won't achieve. However, Jennifer seems very capable. She came up here. She's being vulnerable to you guys. She's empowering the whole room. Hold on, Jennifer, come here. I want you to turn around. Come here. You see these people? You inspired, I want you to get this. You inspired this whole room with 1 minute of your story. What would you do if they had your whole biography? Do you get that? Do y'all believe Jennifer right now? trust you, and I trust what you're feeling right now. Do you get that? You gotta test that emotion. You gotta test that assumption. You assume that you're not trustworthy, or if you've been untrustworthy once, it means you're always untrustworthy. You are more than the worst thing you've done. Do you understand that? Was that helpful for everybody? Yeah. Give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. You have no idea. Thank you. So, I promised you guys I would. We started 10 minutes late. Can I just get like 5 minutes? Is that cool? Alright, cool. I promised you guys I would end with something special. And here's the thing, right? So, remember I said I would never ask of you anything I'm not willing to do myself? Right? What was the thing that, like I talked about the failure when I started off and I brought my friend up here? What did I fail at? Music, right? So, if you guys are cool, I'm going to end with a performance. Is that cool? Of my new song. I haven't dropped it yet. Yeah? Let me see here. Someone, I have a laptop charger over there. Can you grab it? The MacBook? It's got the instrumental on it. Because it would be very disingenuous of me to ask you to do stuff and I'm not willing to do it for y'all. Actually, you know what? I think I can just play it for you. So I wrote a song about my parents. About good parents. Turn me up. Where's my snare? Right here. Alright, cool. Start from the beginning again. Start from the beginning. Full screen. Yeah. So my rap name is Clark Wayne. Yeah. Look. Don't gotta flaunt it if you got it though. The world is not enough, they got yacht, envy, and Monaco. And I'm just coming back from Port-au-Prince. I saw the spectrum from no pot to piss into a pot of gold. Shout out to my mama though. Navigate the highs and lows. Break the bread between me and my bro. And it's honorable. The highest compliment that I could give a young woman is you remind me of my mom. As a young woman, scrapping, try to make it through a new land. You used to walk us to the bus, we never went on food stamps. Even when you broke your wrist in an accident, still cook a meal with your other hand. Shout out to my daddy too. Lucky me, I'm happy to report that you're the reason that this star's born. Bradley Coop took me to track meets after asked me how did it go. When I lost, you say, son, it's about the character you show. Wait, I am Clarence. I did have both my parents. I did have teachers in school that recognized my talents. I did fight you at first. Keep it real, wasn't perfect. You the reason that I made it. Got a talent, I'ma take your way up. I'ma take it way up. Good parents. I want to tell you a quick story I never shared before. So, a couple years ago, this was like, I must have been 10 or 12. My mom got in an accident, broke her wrist, they put metal on her wrist to repair it. We were really struggling financially that winter. She took me to Toys R Us. She wanted to get a toy for me for Christmas. And we got halfway through the parking lot, and she turned around and said, you know what? We've been going through a tough time financially, and I can't get you a toy this Christmas. And she looked at me and said, I'm a horrible mother. And I said, Mom, you're the best mom ever. You gave me everything I needed. Everything else is on me. Here's why I'm so passionate about your movie of it. The thing I've been hiding from my parents is music. And so the thing that allows me to express how I really feel about my mom, I've been hiding from the world because I didn't want to remove all of it. Y'all get that? You will be able to jump into the world of your dreams when you remove your lid. And it's possible for every one of you. All right? I want to give you guys all the props. Give yourselves a round of applause. I'm going to put my social media so you guys can stay in touch with me. I'm gonna put my social media so you guys can stay in touch with me. Absolutely, absolutely. I gotta bring Jason out. I don't know, I'm like over time. But this is my social media. That's my SoundCloud if you want to listen to the music. My next song drops January 31st. So I'm telling you guys this now, because it's gonna force me to do it. And I love you guys. Where's Jason? Jason. And Dave, thank you for motivating me. Kick him out, bud. That's my guy. Round of applause, man. I want to tell Jason real quick. So Jason is just one of the realest people I know. He's believed in me from day one. Jason's also someone that if I'm like, hey, let's do something in the community, he'll set it up. He connected me. We did a thing at the Chinatown Senior Center. He let me bring my teens, and they loved it. They got to sing, and you know, the type of joy that Jason brings, not just to me, but to you guys. He's always working. He's always doing stuff. He gives his time. This man is a father. He goes upstate to Albany to do stuff, Model UN. You know, he's got another one on the way, and he still finds time to pour into you. And I think that's beautiful, man, and I appreciate you. Thank you, Jason.
I'm not going to use this. So you saw Arel yesterday, and Arel was like, okay, can I bring my college roommate over and check him out? Let's see what he can do. And I was like, all right, let's see what this guy's all about, right? And from minute one, the one thing I can say about Bert is, for as enigmatic and like over the top as Arel is, Bert is one of the most genuine people I've ever met in my life. So this was not the first time he came to Chinatown with us and volunteered. This is the second time. He doesn't talk about all this. But every time that Bert comes and he talks to people, he really engages with people at a deeper level. So what you saw here, this is like an experiment, I think, a little bit, is an example of him as a human being. So he's like, and he's that way. And you saw yesterday, actually, he was here backing up his bro from college, sitting in the back, just watching everything, and taking it all in. And what I truly respect and admire about Bert is his genuine character, his genuine nature, and the fact, all the stuff that he revealed to you today. It's the first time I've heard some of it as well. So let's give it up for Bert. Thank you, Bert. Thank you, Bert, for bringing us somebody new. Appreciate it. Dave, thank you for being here. Give it up for Dave. Now we're running behind schedule, so I'm going to throw it to who's doing the introduction. Oh, Golbus? Golbus is here. Okay, so one of the things that I said yesterday is that members of the Academy made decisions about some of the things that we're going to do. Golbus is a member of the Academy, and early last semester he was like, yo, I have these people and they're doing this thing, and I was like, I don't understand. Make me understand. And he stood there and he made me understand. And he's like, okay, give me a minute, let me organize, and we'll bring them in. And so we reached out and we got them here for the winter workshops. And so you're going to have like their first presentation at Hostos. And so I'm going to give it to Golbus to do the introductions. Thank you for being here, and we'll go forward.
Hi, Tom. If you can everybody see, we have two organizations that is fighting for all your kids, and each of every one of the students that goes to public. This is New York City. I'm Golbus. You know, everybody knows, like, who doesn't know me, I go here, I'm part of Leadership Academy as well. I am very engaged in this type of work because if there's no me, like, who's gonna do it? If I don't help other people to do it, who's gonna fight for me? Who's gonna fight for your kids? Who's gonna fight for us? If we don't do it, nobody else is gonna do it. So we have to take action. We have to empower ourselves and fight. Not just for us, but for our kids, and for your neighbor's kids, and for any kid that for anybody that you care about.
Hi guys, my name is Imana Pool. I'm a junior also at Keys, but I'm at the City College of New York. I'm a double major in sociology and childhood education, and I'm a minor in studio art. education and engagement. And I've been with the PMR team for the past 4 years since I was in high school. And just like Rosie said, we're a youth-led organization that is fighting to desegregate and integrate New York City public schools. As many of you might or might not know, New York City has the most segregated public school system in the entire country. So it's up to young people, most specifically, to really combat that. So that's kind of like what we're going to be talking about.
And I'm Zach. I'm the adult executive director. We also have student executive directors, but it's my privilege to be able to support the young people who are at the head of this movement. So today we're going to actually have a little bit of an interactive experience. So if you have a phone or a laptop, you can actually go onto this website called menti.com on the top.
Oh, please, am is that good? Yeah? Are you recording it? Is that, okay, great. Hey. Okay, so if you can go onto menti.com, and then it'll ask you to put in these numbers, 10, 54, 55. So if you get on there,
Thumbs up when you're on there so that we can get started. The entire presentation kind of needs it. So.
But if, yeah, that's for you,
Yeah, it's for you. So all of them are, so
Yes,
how there's questions, you're going to answer them on your phones or on your laptops, whatever technology you have.
and if you don't have access to, everybody should have access to the Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a student,
If you're a student, yeah.
well, she wants you guys to actually go online to
Yeah.
this and fill out the evaluation form.
Well,
So
it's
this-
not an evaluation.
Well, it is.
Great.
Yeah.
It's kind of
How you guys are doing? So you have to answer there and you click how you feel today.
So you know, how are you feeling today?
Yeah.
Ooh, a lot of people are great. That has probably a lot to do with Bert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bert left people feeling free, feeling powerful. Ah, see, that's you.
your
That's you.
responses anonymously. Yes.
Everybody on it?
Yeah. We got 8 people. We can see down here 9 people. Yeah, this is a special code just for you.
So do we submit it right now?
Right now. Tell us how you are.
How you feel?
We got 14 people on.
Yeah.
We got like at least 5 more people. At least.
Get it together.
15.
Yes. And look at how good everybody's doing. Can we give a round of applause for all the people who made it? Usually, and that's not right if anybody's not feeling good or is having a horrible day, that's okay. But usually when we do this, at least like a few people are feeling that way. And y'all are really on the higher level of vibration, so that's really beautiful.
Bert?
17. 18 overall.
Amazing. Yeah, I think we're probably okay. Okay,
If you get on, you'll get on.
exactly. So you can keep getting on at any time. At any time.
So what are the issues you are seeing in society today? In society and school? Anybody? Yeah, you can type on your phone.
Also, when y'all move it, it moves our phone.
Yeah.
Next question.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah, so you guys could just put your response, and your responses will anonymously go to the board.
Yes, yes.
And then you can also see all the correlations, all the differences, etc. Yes, guys, it's 2019. Technology is up there. So I see politics, I see education, homelessness and mental illness, I think that's a good one. Lack of resources, racism, social issues, crime, just I'll try briefly, health hazards, limitations, bullying. I see resources again. Feeling like you don't belong. Loss of identity. So even if you didn't write something that's up there, there's definitely something up there that you feel like brings back a memory, a school experience, something that you or somebody you love have definitely been through, experienced, or seen before. I think we can.
I agree.
Okay, yeah, so the problem. In the most diverse city in the country, 1.1 million students go to some of the most segregated and unequal public schools in the nation. Thumbs down on the corner if you think that sucks, or that shouldn't be happening. So our response to this is that we want to bring together young people from segregated schools to design and advocate for a system that honors the dignity of every student.
Our team is very diverse. We have people from all backgrounds, from all religions. There's all of those. It's composed by students and also adults alike. Anybody can be part of our team and be part of our organization.
And really what you all were talking about in terms of racism and politics and being misunderstood and not having support and not having resources, like those are the things that we also believe are issues. But there are some things that we stand for specifically, and especially our values. These are like the values that animate how we do everything that we do. So we believe in having a vision for the future. So it's not enough to just say there's a problem. You actually have to have a vision for what's possible. We believe in telling the truth, living the truth, being the truth. We believe in boldness, unapologetic love, and being unprecedented. So doing things like they've never been done before.
So at Integrate NYC, the students came up with a 5R platform. So has anybody heard of like groups that use the 5-point platform, like the Black Panthers or the Young Lords? Those are groups that use like a point platform. So we made one, and we want to racially integrate our schools through admission processes that prioritize diversity by race, class, ability, and home language. We want to resource our schools through fair distribution and monitoring of resources and opportunities. We want to relate through supportive relationships and culturally responsive curriculum and professional development for educators. We want to restore through appropriate responses to conflict and justice that interrupt the school-to-prison pipeline. And we want to represent a diverse community through school faculty and leaders that reflect the cultures and identities of students and families. So places that we've partnered were at the United Nations, at City Council, the New York City Department of Education, the New York State Department of Education, the US Department of Education in Washington, D.C. under the Obama administration, and a lot other places, to be clear, not under Trump. Yikes. Okay, so why are we here? We're building a student-led movement, and to do that, we literally need you. So we will discuss the issues that we have in our system and how we can join together in order to transform them. So we have more power when we stand together with each other.
So today what we're going to talk about is the history. Because some of this history you haven't even really probably been told. And that's part of the problem, right? Part of the problem is that the way that we learn about segregation in school is like Brown versus Board of Education happened and then done, good job. We did that, we fixed that, right? But that's actually not the true story. And it's never been the true story, and so we gotta actually talk about what is the real history. We're also gonna talk about how young people
And people who have been most impacted by injustice have been the ones who have changed things. Always, always, always. So we're gonna look at that history. Then we're gonna talk about what does that look like now, today, right? If we know that's not over, but what does it actually look like? And what are we doing about it, right? Because we're again, vision for the future. We're not just gonna say what the problem is, we're gonna talk about what can we do to change that. And then we're also gonna be like, all right, y'all, where's Hostos in this picture, right? Like, how do we get you all as part of this work? Because it's not gonna happen if we don't all build together.
So the question is, what does segregation mean to you?
Can you say that out loud?
Anybody else? Anybody else?
You're not shrinking the load. Lack of equality, like both sides, like.
It's us against them.
Misunderstanding, hatred.
Anybody else?
There's business that we always say, like, everything, but we're not business, we go together, darkness, we don't talk about.
Yes. The meaning of segregation is separating an individual or a group from other people or things. If you see in the picture, it says drinking fountain, it's like white or colored, like why. And then there's another one that says we serve whites only. And then it says no Mexicans or Hispanics. It's like, come on. Yeah.
They don't know what
It's just racism.
It's just racism. And then people only talk about brown versus board of education, but there are other cases that happen. And because of those cases, brown versus board of education is actually happened. If you see, there was like these 3 Chinese kids that were in the school,